Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Legit. So before we get into this week's video, it's time to announce the winner of LDM's Street R-Type gloves. Shout out to everyone that got involved and entered. Thank you so much, and guys, I wish you the best of luck. But the winner's gonna be Kevin Phillips. Congratulations, dude. You are the winner. We're gonna be contacting you and sending some gloves out to you very shortly. Wow, I am blown away. 1,418 entries. That's so many people getting involved with this. This is fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, just because Kevin was the winner this time, you could be the winner next time and get your hands on that fantastic LDM Exoflex jacket. So stay tuned, keep that bell notification hit to find out when my next competition's dropping. So before we get into the main video, just a quick update. As some of you will remember, UK Bike Life's Who's That was sentenced to 15 months imprisonment, disqualified from driving for 31 months because he was convicted of over 30 traffic offences. After there being almost 480 posts on Instagram saying free Who's That, he has been released from prison after serving almost 4 months, which is 119 days of his 15-month original jail term. Moving on to the next story, I've got some great news. A prolific thief who robbed and used mopeds to snatch mobile phones from his victims across North London was sentenced to over 3 years imprisonment on Wednesday the 29th of May. Jermaine Cadigan, 19 years old, of Prenburn Street, Islington, was sentenced at Wood Green Crown Court to 3 years and 10 months imprisonment for 12 counts of theft and attempted theft of a motor vehicle, and 2 counts of robbery to run consecutively. He also received 4 months for driving without due care and attention, driving with no insurance, and driving whilst disqualified to run concurrently. He also pleaded guilty at the same time at court on Monday the 13th of May. Cadigan started his crime spree on Tuesday the 12th of March after he stole a £1,300 white Honda moped and a crash helmet which was parked on Shoreditch High Street in Hackney. He then used the moped on 5 separate days to ride up on pavements behind pedestrians and snatch their high-value phones from their hands, collectively worth more than £11,000. These offences were committed across Hackney, Tower Hamlets, Newham and Islington. On 2 occasions, Cadigan mercilessly and wholly unprovoked physically assaulted 2 of his victims. On Sunday the 17th of March at 13:15 hours, he rode up to a woman who was using a £1,000 worth iPhone X on Wallace Road in Hackney. He punched her in the face and then grabbed her phone. On the same day, on Worship Street in Islington, he was unsuccessful in trying to snatch a female pedestrian's £750 worth iPhone XR due to her fending him off. 2 days later, at 13:20 hours on Pitfield Street in Hackney, he rode up to a man, punched him in the chest and then grabbed his phone. On Wednesday the 20th of March, Cadigan abandoned the stolen moped and helmet in Tower Hamlets. These were later recovered by police. 8 days later, Islington Council CCTV operators reported to police that they had seen a man riding a £1,000 worth Honda moped without a crash helmet. Local officers spotted and stopped the Honda and detained Cadigan, who gave a false name and account of how he obtained the moped, claiming his helmet had been stolen. A mobile fingerprint device was used at the scene and Cadigan's true identity was established. It's also revealed that he was disqualified from driving until the 26th of December 2019. Additionally, he was found to be in possession of a holdall containing items of clothing which later were identified as those he wore during his crimes. He was searched and found to be in possession of £1,780 in cash, believed to have been received from the sale of the stolen mobile phones, particularly as he is unemployed and had no fixed income. Cadigan was initially arrested on suspicion of taking and driving away a moped and taken to a North London police station for interview. However, this changed to arrested on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle after the owner of the moped called police to report the moped stolen from Pentonville Road in Islington. The Operation Venice investigation team, which we all know so well, who were carrying out the investigation into the linked series of moped-enabled offences across North London, were made aware of Cadigan's arrest. A search of his home and personal property in custody recovered further items of clothing identified as being worn as those at the times of the offences. The recovered crash helmet, which he had been seen wearing, was also found to have his DNA on it. On Friday the 29th of March, he was arrested for the linked series of offences. He was charged with all of the offences, including the driving offences, to which he pleaded guilty. He was remanded into custody and appeared at Thames Magistrates Court on Saturday the 30th of March, before appearing at Wood Green Crown Court on Wednesday the 8th of May. The stolen phones have not been recovered. However, IMEI numbers have been obtained and registered on the National Mobile Phone Register. If they come into contact with police, they will be returned to their owners. Chief Inspector Jim Corbett, who we literally know pretty well on this channel, he's always making statements, from Operation Venice said, "Operation Venice continues to identify and bring to justice offenders who steal and use mopeds and motorbikes to commit crime, as it's shown in this case. Cadogan was malicious and violent whilst offending, and through the actions of the arresting officers and the tenacity of the investigators, his criminal offending has stopped, further enforcing our commitment to reducing moped and motorcycle crime across London." Now guys, what do you think of this? 3 years, 10 months, is that really long enough for punching people in the face? Let me know what you guys think down in that comment section below. Detectives are appealing for information and witnesses following an incident where a man was seriously assaulted in Battersea. Police were called to Charlotte Despard Avenue SW11 at 16:32 hours on Saturday the 25th of May. Officers attended and found a 46-year-old man suffering a head injury. The London Ambulance Service attended and the man was taken to hospital. He remains in a critical condition and his next of kin have been informed. It's believed that shortly before the victim was assaulted, he had been approached by a group of males who were attempting to steal his moped, which was parked nearby. The victim was then attacked in the street by this group of males, who then made off prior to police arrival. The moped wasn't stolen, it's been recovered by police and is subject to forensic examinations. A 16-year-old male was arrested near the scene a short time later on suspicion of GBH. He was taken to a West London police station and has been bailed to a date in early June, pending further inquiries. Due to the nature of this incident and the victim's critical condition, the police investigating are being led by detectives from the Homicide and Major Crimes Command. So guys, there's actually just been a very sad update to this story. I'm sad to say the victim has now passed away from his injuries and police are dealing with a murder investigation. A 16-year-old boy, suspect B, appeared at Wimbledon Magistrates Crown Court on Friday the 31st of May, charged with murder. He was remanded in custody to appear at the Old Bailey on Tuesday the 4th of June. Suspect C, Jaden Richards, who's 19 years old, of Strasbourg Road, Wandsworth, was charged with murder on the evening of Friday the 31st of May. He will appear at custody at Wimbledon Magistrates Crown Court on Saturday the 1st of June. My thoughts and prayers go out to Idervals Da-Silva's family. They must be going through absolute hell at the moment. I'll keep you posted with what the court sentences these scumbags to. Fingers crossed for a lengthy sentence. So I've actually got an update on something I reported on a little while ago. I'm sure you guys will remember Billy and Charlie Watson, these two lovely young delinquents. Well, they've been sentenced. Billy was sentenced to 15 months in prison for public nuisance, affray, and 2 counts of criminal damage. Charlie Watson, who was 18, was also sentenced to 15 months in prison for public nuisance, affray, and 2 counts of damage. Long story short, the court heard how on Tuesday the 26th of March at 5 PM, patrolling officers noticed 2 men acting suspiciously near a motorbike parked off Kingsgate Road, NW6. The officers then stopped their car to speak to the men, but both of them ran off, climbing over garden fences in an attempt to escape. The men then climbed via scaffolding onto the roofs of nearby terrace houses. Additionally, members of the public reported to officers that the men were believed to be in possession of a firearm. The men refused to come down from the roof and threw tiles and objects from the roof towards the officers on the ground, causing damage to surrounding properties. Because of the reports of a firearm, some local residents had to be evacuated to ensure their safety, and a large cordon was put in place. Well, how about this one, guys? These 2 idiots, clearly just nothing better to do with their lives, sentenced to 15 months in jail. Do you think that's long enough? How long before they get released with good behaviour? Maybe 5 months? What do you guys think? Let me know. Flying squad officers have barely had time to sit down before detectives are now appealing for assistance in identifying two men who robbed a bookmaker's in Hornchurch. At around 21:30 hours on Tuesday the 14th of May, the two male suspects walked into William Hill betting shop in Station Lane, Hornchurch, and demanded cash from staff, whereby one suspect threatened them with an item which was brandished as if it was a firearm. No staff members were luckily hurt. The two men then made off with a quantity of cash on a moped travelling towards Raynham. Police are releasing these images of two suspects which were caught on CCTV at the premises. Now guys, these pictures of their faces are pretty damn clear. This guy's just wearing a hat, he's taken his mask off, you can see his face almost crystal clearly. How long do you think it's going to be before someone grasses him up and he's behind bars? I reckon 1 month at least. Drop your guess in a comment down below, and whoever is closest when he's arrested will get a shout out in my next video. So until next time guys, you've been awesome, I've been legit, I'll catch you in the next one.